So you want to send in your PS3 for repair, but you don't want the case to get damaged during shipping. I'm going to show you how to take apart your PS3 and send it in safely so that it won't get damaged during shipping. All you're going to need is a Phillips head screwdriver, a T10 security bit, and a little bit of time. Now you're going to remove the little rubber plug that covers the security screw that holds on the lid. Then we can take the lid off. Under the lid, you'll see 9 different screws. The red screws are going to be the long screws. The orange screw in the top right is a medium screw, and the 2 blue screws are small screws. Once all the screws are removed, you can place your screwdriver in the hole in the back and lift the lid. But also be careful because you'll have to remove the card reader connector cable by carefully lifting up on the brown tab in the connector and lifting the cable straight up and out. Now to remove the Blu-ray data ribbon cable. Lift the flap, remove the cable, and also pull the power cable out of the connector. Remove the Blu-ray drive, and then we'll remove the power supply by removing the 5 small screws marked in blue and the one-of-a-kind purple screw that's a small screw with a small washer attached to it. Remove the power supply by unplugging the cable from the back of the unit and the cable on the front attached to the motherboard. Remove the hard drive cover and the 1 Phillips head screw that's located underneath it. Next we'll be removing 17 screws. That top left orange one is going to be the second longest screw in the console. I call it the long short screw. The blue screws, there's 5 of them, those are what I call the short screws. The pink screws, there's 2 of them, only 2 in the entire system. Those are what I call the slim screws. And then the red screws around the edges are what I call the long short screws. Now remove the 2 CPU clamp screws and the 2 GPU clamp screws, and then set the lead springs aside. Remove the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth card by lifting up on the little brown connector and lifting the connector cable straight out, and remove the power PCB as well by just lifting that straight up out of the connector. Remove the inner chassis by laying it on its front, grabbing the back and wiggling it out of the chassis. Pull the 2 tabs on top and lift the back plate off, and lift the motherboard plate off, which you will be replacing later. This is the last step. You're going to remove the hard drive, unplug the fan. You also need to remove 2 small Phillips head screws on the bottom of the chassis near the hard drive. And then we're going to remove the bottom metal chassis and motherboard from the heatsink, which you will not be sending in. After the heatsink is removed, you can put the metal plate back on the top of the motherboard, put the hard drive back in, and the Blu-ray drive is what you'll be sending in. Thanks for watching, and let's make you a Frankie.